Hello and welcome to this week's angling blog. This week you join me on a rare day off work and we're in search of carp. So during lockdown I have been working from home and it has been weird how little amount of leave I have been taking. It just shows how many times, just going in the office and that routine does wear you down. But working from home, you just don't take that many days leave as you used to. That actually means is I've got a surplus of leave that I need to take. So with that in mind, I decided to book today off work and nip through and just hoping that during the afternoon we can get a bend in the rod and maybe one or two carp on the bank. So the pool that you join me on today is Willow Pool on the Belmont complex. It's a water and complex on the Lymm Anglers ticket. It's the same water that we fished in winter when there was ice on it. Today it's a bit warmer, so I'm desperate to get a rod in the water, but we'll quickly go through the setup. It's my 11-foot korum ambition rod. It's a feeder rod and it's 11 foot. I've teamed that up with an axis reel and on there I've got a 6-pound line. That line goes straight down to one of the ICS Preston Innovation feeders. It really has been the find of this winter for me. You can change to a bomb, to a maggot setup and a method feeder all on the one stem. So that's down to a korum quick change bead, a short hook link, a 5-pound line and a size 14 hook, and on the end I'm going to put on an XO pellet. It's a nice simple setup. The first thing I did when I arrived was have a good walk around the pool, and that can tell you a lot about where to set up. Although it does feel a lot warmer of late, 8-9 degrees some days, it's still very cold. As you can see on screen now, a fish that I only caught a couple of days ago covered in leeches. They are feeding, but there's still a lot of time that they're inactive. And the most important thing you've got to be at this time is near the fish. I had a good walk down there at the start and the water down there is gin clear. I put my Polaroids on, I could see the bottom and I could literally see there was no carp. I've come down this end and although I can see the bottom down there in the margin, you can just see that the water is a lot more coloured. Them carp are obviously in this area hopefully and moving about. It's causing that colour in the water. We haven't had rain for a couple of days, so it's definitely movement of fish that's causing the colour. The plan for the session is going to concentrate around this tree. First cast, just going off the edge of it, literally just this side of it, around about there, and we are going to obviously target them darker areas underneath. So the side tray is simplicity itself. Got some micro pellets and on them pellets I've sprinkled some of the Hinders Tutti Frutti bolie crumb. Got all the bits and pieces that I need. Hook bait is going to be an XO wafter. And we've got some sweet corn. I've always got a tin in my box and today just thought bit warmer, we can start introducing a bit more bait. I think the last time we were on this pool we were fishing with bread in the micro pellets to reduce the feed. That added rise in temperature, I think we can begin to try and feed a bit more. What I'm going to be doing is just catapulting sweet corn underneath the tree, hoping to make that noise that's going to attract some fish in. On the outside of the tree I'm just going to keep casting. I'm not going to put any corn there. It's a lovely late morning start to the session. We've got plenty of visitors. I'm sure they'll be heading off soon for lambing, and it's just good to be bankside and a rare day off work. You get them jobs done, you get on the bank. So I'm going to give it probably 10-15 minute casts, just watch the tip for any indication and go from there. So a lot quicker than the sessions that we had on here in winter. The third cast, and I must admit the first two casts was getting plenty of indication. So we have been doing a lot of fishing on this venue and I can't wait for the restrictions to be eased a bit. We can start going a bit further afield, maybe targeting some tench, but right now, like many of us, we're just making do, trying to get a bend in the rod and enjoy a rare day off work. And see if we can get him in. He's an half putting up a fight. Those lovely colours. And there he is. What a lovely way to start the session. Just over £10. Didn't half pull that tip round. Them little tiny bites of winter a long way away. Great fun, a great scrap. Let's get it straight back and get the rod back out. So that carp returned, just made another cast and have gone straight back underneath the tree. The thinking there is obviously to get a bit more bait under there. I'm going to keep firing the sweet corn over the top, and I'm going to see if we've got any indication on the tip. When you're doing this type of fishing, that tells you everything you need to know. If you're getting little movements and plucks, there's definitely fish in the area. So we'll give it a 15-minute cast, and I think what we'll do then is we'll make the short journey to Rowan, because we know them carp like to live on that corner, and we'll see if we can pick up a quick bite off there. What that'll do is allow us to rest this line and under there, because when that carp did take, it didn't half bolt out the swim. And we'll find a few pieces of sweet corn over and go and have a go on that other pool. But yeah, what a lovely start to the session. A nice, beautiful £10 carp. So that didn't take too long. Just nipped onto the other pool, dropped the rod on a spot that I've been getting a few bites from of an evening. It didn't take too long to wrap round, and that is what being off work is all about, just getting a bend in the rod and having fun. And although lockdown hasn't been easy, we have to be thankful that we are allowed to get out and enjoy our wonderful sport. Again, regardless of size, it looks like another stunning little carp. Great fun, and when the plan comes together, it's a good feeling. And what a stunning little carp that is. Regulars to the channel know it's not about size of fish with me. I just love going fishing, and they don't have to be big to be special. Just look at the scale pattern on that. It's absolutely beautiful. It's got the orange in its tail, those scales, and yeah, great fun. Second fish of the day. So we've had an absolute disaster, and it's not losing a fish. The pellets have ended up in the brew. I don't think disasters come any worse. So moving back onto the other pool where we first started, resting the swim really did work. Just probably 10 minutes on that first cast. The rod has wrapped round just over £8.5, and great fun on that light balanced setup. We're going to get him straight back. We'll have another cast, keep firing that sweet corn over the top, and see if we can pick up another. So the last brew of the day is down the hatch, and the signs of change are most certainly around. The ducks are a lot more active, if you get what I mean. The reeds are coming up down the other end, and the carp are most definitely more active. So now the fish are becoming more active. One thing that I am planning to do on here is have a go on the waggler. You know, it's not something that I do much on the channel, you know, waggler fishing. I do a lot of stick float, So if that's something that you want to see, just pop a comment down below if you want to see some waggler fishing on the channel, and we'll do a bit of it. It is enjoyable to fish a float. I'm just waiting for it to warm up a bit more, you know, when you can really put some bait in and feed confidently. We'll get on here and do a waggler session. I do appreciate all you guys who've been sticking with these videos. I know during COVID they've been very similar, but as I said before, it's not about really what you're catching and where you're catching it. Just thankful that we are actually allowed out. About half an hour of the session to go, and hopefully that tip will go around one more time. The last 10 minutes of the session, I did move down the other end of the pool, managed to get a couple of carp feeding, but had that dreaded bow wave out the swim. I want to wish you all tight lines in your own fishing. Be great if you could like and subscribe. Tight lines, and I'll catch you all next week.